Hello, YouTube. Welcome to what is the first episode of what will hopefully be many episodes of Musically Sound, a music review show. Today, I am highlighting, in light of the recent passing of Neil Peart, what is, in my opinion, the greatest rock album and most definitely the greatest prog rock album of all time, Rush 2112. What better place to start the first episode than my favorite album, a great album. It was released in 1976. It is the fourth album of the band Rush. A little back history on Rush. They formed in 1968-1969 in the Toronto, Canada area. Early incarnations consist of Jeff Jones, who would later go on to join Tom Cochrane in Red Rider, famous for the song Lunatic Binge. The band would actually solidify with the introduction of Geddy Lee replacing Jeff Jones on bass, and they would steadily become a very well-known power trio in the Toronto, Ontario, Canada area. But it would not be until Neil Peart joined in late 1974 to replace John Rutsey on drums that they would become a worldwide well-known act. And indeed, they are worldwide known. They would toy with epics of a sort on the albums Fly By Night and Caress of Steel, but it would not be until 2112 in 1976 that they would actually make their mark as a band. 2112 is the first of a three-part post-apocalyptic trilogy detailing the what would be considered a travesty, in my opinion, that those in power would outlaw music, and it's something of Ray Bradbury proportions. And from start to finish, the epic, which is side A of 2112, Overture, the Temples of Syrinx, which is possibly the most well-known part of that song. It's a 20-minute song, and not a lot of people who have heard it and realize that it's part of. But if you read the lyrics, read the story in the book of how everything comes to be, it makes a lot more sense. That song, which is technically track 2, Temples of Syrinx. You have Discovery, and you have Presentation. Presentation is where a young man who discovered a guitar in a cave, how it's not completely destroyed and how it's playable, I have no clue. But that being said, he takes it before the priests, who then shoot him down. At the end, we find that the word has spread that this music is freedom, and they take control. The other songs, this is why I consider it, because it's not just the epic. Other songs such as Passage to Bangkok, Lessons, and the album closer, Something for Nothing, You Can't Have Something for Nothing, is just perfect. A Passage to Bangkok is a song that should not, by any means, fit with this album, and yet it does. This is an album that I feel anyone who has any interest in music of any kind, it doesn't matter, should at least give this one listen in their lifetime. Possibly two, maybe even three. Pop it in your CD player and listen to it all week. That's my personal opinion from the Mastodon. Neil Peart, who wrote this, and he would become the primary lyricist in the band. Aside from being the greatest drummer of all time, he would say Buddy Rich. He also, in my opinion, is at least top 5 lyricist of all time, up there with the likes of Robert Hunter, who penned for the Grateful Dead. Now, if you listen to the album, actually read into it. Find the lyrics, find the interior, and read the story. And I promise you, everything will make sense. It will. You won't be disappointed. It's just from that intro in Overture with the futuristic, this outer space, the synthesizer heavy sounds that hit you from the start, and from the intro of the guitar and the drums at the beginning to the end. Just you listen with an open mind. Now I realize Geddy's voice is not for everyone, but his voice fits so perfect with the music of Rush. That's all I have for today on this episode of Musically Sound. If I'm going to grade this, it's a Gem Mint 10. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments. Feel free to subscribe, share it out, and I want everybody to have a fantastic day and get out there and listen to some music.